It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh man, listen, I'm still in it.
Wow.
Don Vino. With the
doing
90s, huh?
Doing the things.
Yay. All right, calming ourselves down on this Monday morning. Welcome back to it, your Feel Good Breakfast Show, live, large, and in charge. Now, the discussion around what should be posted on social media when it comes to discussing the sore points in relationships reached fever pitch last week as the wife of Springbok captain Siya Kolisi, Rachel Kolisi, took to social media to air her grievances in yet another instance of women seemingly interfering in their marriage. Now, it has opened up a discussion around the rights of both Rachel to protect her marriage and for the woman in question to protect her identity. So today we're asking the question, where should we draw the line when it comes to airing our dirty laundry, so to speak, on social media? And what are our rights when it comes to protecting our dignity and reputation? And this morning we're joined by celebrity psychologist and CEO of Hidden Dimensions, Teresa Bloomberg, to help us discuss this very hot topic. And of course, our lines are open for you to call in and chime in with your comments and your questions. 021-430-9881. We look forward to engaging with you. And of course, you can do so anonymously as well. This is a very safe space. Why?
What?
Why are you laughing?
I'll tell you
Right,
afterwards. Chris, it's so good
course.
to have you on the show this morning. You're doing absolutely amazing, of course.
Thank you.
I watched this play out on social
We
media.
all did, yeah.
We all watched it play out, and it started one way and then it took a completely different turn. But let's talk about it for a second. A person can be publicly shamed by someone they're used to be in a relationship with. Is this something that is okay? If you stand up for yourself in your relationship and post pictures of the person that you assume is going after your person, or is this called revenge porn? What is the situation around this?
Leanne, it is so complex. Okay, firstly, because you discover someone in your husband's or your partner's, where do they come into their messenger box? And the first reaction, let's just look at both sides. The first reaction is absolute fear, humiliation, loss, anger, and you want to just protect your husband and your rights. So it's so easy for all of us on social media. There it is. Let's just take something and put it out there because you just, your body's getting all fired up for fight or flight, the adrenaline's pumping, and you are furious. So you post. But here's the thing, and we've all felt like that. I have as well. But not, for other reasons around customer service and bad service, and you want to just, put it out there. The thing is, it's stuck there for life. Okay, so that's the first thing that we've got to look at. And the second thing is it the right thing to do? Because there are now so many layers to unpack about all of that. So where do you want to start, or which layer shall I start with?
Let's start here because it all revolves around this massive thing called social media that we are all a part of, most of the 7 billion people around the world. We are somewhere connected. And from a psychological point of view, how has social media affected the way in which we interact with our partners in our relationship and also those outside of our relationship? How has that changed the game?
It's changed it completely. Social media is just the talk, and it's just the future. So it's changed it completely. Because I can post anything about myself. I can make myself look good. I can post my highs, my lows. I can absolutely say whatever I want. There's no one editing it. And then, of course, that impacts on our partners and on our family as well. And then you have the stalkers who watch you. What you're posting is saying absolutely everything about you to the world. It's like a huge billboard we're holding out there to the entire world. And because of social media, we can just reach so many more thousands, if not millions of people in a few seconds. So exactly, what is that saying? And we've got to be very, very careful, because once it's out there, even if you delete it, where is it? In the cloud somewhere, and it can come back to you.
And I mean, at some point,
it.
a relationship's validity wasn't judged on whether it was a Facebook status or not. And these days, it is. If you don't make it Facebook official, it's not really official. So it's changed a lot in how we interact in relationships.
Absolutely, because now we're single or involved, or people are saying it's complicated. I mean, it's the best. So if you're not putting it on your status, and obviously then it impacts on our partners, because we're not there to watch them all the time. It can create some insecurity. Who are they liking? What are they posting? What are they doing? So, as I said, layers upon layers of complexities and issues.
Powerful stuff. Well, where should one draw the line when it comes to airing your dirty laundry on social media? What are our rights when it comes to protecting our identity and dignity as well as reputation? Where our lines are officially open. This should be interesting. 021-430-9881. You can basically call us, ask us anything, your questions, your comments for celebrity psychologist Teresa Bloomberg, and we will engage with you. This is a very safe space, so you are allowed to call anonymously as well. We'll be right back after this.
Only you can make my day.
Well, we are back with celebrity psychologist Teresa Bloomberg this morning, and we're talking about that all-important topic, should we be airing our dirty laundry on social media? As, of course, we all found last week with a hectic situation between Rachel Khaleesi, Sia Khaleesi, and the woman in question whose images were put all over social media and called out for having slid into the DMs. So this is what we're talking about this morning. And, of course, if you have a question or comment about that, 021-430-9881. You can remain anonymous, but the lines are officially open.
Yeah, we have a first caller this morning. I believe it's Tetolo on the line. Good morning. Tatello.
Hello.
Hello, Tatello. Okay, we might be struggling to get Tatello on the line, but we will continue our conversation and await all of your calls as well as Tatello. So, Sharisa, you said that you've sometimes felt like doing something like that, maybe going onto social media to air your grievances of some sort. But let's talk about what happens to us psychologically and physiologically when we perceive a threat to our relationship.
Okay, to our relationship, or it can be anything in it, not necessarily that as well. For me,
Yes.
it was bad customer service, and I
Exactly.
just wanted to go on and tell the world, don't use this person.
Yes,
and I had
yes,
to
yes.
stop myself.
Okay.
Okay, so we are angry, and our body gets ready for fight or flight, to actually fight with the person or run away. The adrenals start pumping, the blood starts boiling, the blood pressure rises, the hands sweat, the mouth. And you get into that state of absolute rage, and you want to do what's called mob justice. I put it out there because I'm morally correct, and let me tell the whole world what this person did. So
And
it's
hope,
like a,
when you talk about that mob justice, is it then the hope that you will have a backing of,
Yes.
you know, the moral standing, those who would say, yes, you are right, and
Yes.
thus vindicated in your action?
yes. So you become the judge, you become the jury, there's no defense, you become the executioner, you know, how long is the sentence, and probably for life as well. So, yeah, we have to be careful. But I can understand when you are there alone and it's so easy, I just want to tell the world.
Just 15 seconds. You
Just
said it,
15
now you post it.
seconds.
Yeah.
It's so easy. And we all do it. It's not just her, it's
Yeah.
the entire world. It's
Yeah.
celebrities, it's non-celebrities, it's man and woman in the street.
Yeah. Yeah.
We do that.
But why? Why would someone do that? For instance, in this case, you have not spoken to your partner. You've already gone out and you've already gone to social media and put it out there. Why do we have this need to call out and to potentially shame this person on such a public platform without having dealt with the person that you should actually be
Yes.
dealing with, which is your
Yes.
partner?
Yes, one should communicate with the partner
Yeah.
first. And one should ideally also just speak to someone and say, you know what just happened? Blah, you know,
Yeah.
have that sounding board, have that social support. And I think if one isn't and we're in a vacuum, we just feel like we want to be heard.
Yeah.
We want to be vindicated. We want some kind of revenge. So I think it's an impulse, it's a knee-jerk reaction. Let's just do it because I'm going to feel better about myself.
Yeah. All right, well, we're going to take a break from the conversation and keep our lines open, 021-430-9881. And when we come back, I want to ask Therese about the dangers of doing that. Not even just from a legal
the
point of view, because there's repercussions there, but maybe to yourself and to your relationship. Are there any dangers, long-term, short-term, medium-term, whatever they may be? So stick around to your Feel Good Breakfast show, and we will be right back after this break.
It's my feel good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast show. We're live, large and in charge on this Monday morning. And it's so good to have you with us. Listen, we're talking about relationships, especially when it comes to conflict that is put out on social media of whatever nature. And we've got Teresa Bloomberg, celebrity psychologist and CEO, here with us. She's going to be talking to us about that. 021-430-9881 is the number that we have opened up for you to call us with your questions. And let's see what you've said on social media, shall we? Nolutando here says never, because I know that doing this or doing things in a fit of anger usually comes back to haunt you. Last thing I want is to go to my social media and see something that I posted and regretted. By then it'll be too late. Everyone will have seen my business.
Exactly. Yes.
Wow. Okay. And just before the break, I wanted to ask, what potential danger, if any, could there be done to your relationship as a result of you going out in the public space, especially on social media, where, as you said, things live forever?
Well, what is it saying to your partner? You say, he or she is saying, gosh, if I do anything to my partner, she or she's just going to post about me. So
Yeah.
the trust is broken. as well, because firstly, maybe you didn't discuss it, and secondly, you put it out. So maybe you're going to be posting things about your relationship. So that is a serious trust breaker, as well as, exactly as they're saying, long-term damage. For the poor person you're posting about, their career is going to be impacted, their relationships, their family, and as well. And coming back to the person who posted it, say they want a contract or they're trying to get something, and then they see, oh, you're a person who shames on Facebook.
Oh,
I don't want
I
you in
didn't even
my
think about it that way.
business.
Yeah.
We could do something wrong in our business, and you're going to be out there. We don't want you.
Yeah.
So one has to do the right thing.
Exactly.
And it's difficult to hold back when you're feeling
Yeah.
like that. I completely understand.
I think what a lot of people also forget is that potential future employers, companies,
Yes.
don't just look at your CV anymore, they look at your social media.
Yes.
And it's not only a damage to the other person's reputation,
Yes.
but also a damage to your own.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that is a huge thing to remember, because while you think you're shaming someone else, the script could be flipped
Yeah.
back on you.
An interesting point here brought up by Michelle Robenheimer says, yes, someone did this to me, but everyone knew it wasn't true. But it affected my relationship. So I guess that's always the thing. Like, have you fact-checked? Do you know that everything is as you perceive it
Yes.
before you go out there? Because what effect could that have on that person's relationship?
Yeah.
So, Tatelo is on the line right now. Good morning.
Morning.
Thanks so much for the call. Happy Monday to you. What is your question or comment?
My comment was that what if you're dating someone and your friends at the back of you, they have a crush on that person, and that person is also falling for them? What would you do?
All right, so I guess a situation where being in a relationship, but there's a third party who has, a crush on your person, and they happen to be quite close to you because they're your friend. What's the best way to handle that?
There's always a third party. You know that. In every single relationship, there's always a third party, and especially if you're a celebrity or not a celebrity. You have to feel so secure in your relationship. You have to communicate all the time. That you're going to have to feel so strong that if that third person is there, it's not going to affect you. And that's
Yeah.
difficult, because there are people who are jealous about you. There are people who want your man, and especially if they're a celebrity. There are people who are watching you to make one little slip up, and boom, they're in there.
Yeah, so you got to have that
So
trust in
you've
your
got
relationship
to
first, because
communicate.
you can't stop other people from reacting to your
Never.
partner.
And
Never
this is what I
stop
wanted
that.
to ask you. When someone goes to social media to publicly shame somebody else who's maybe made a move with your partner, is this indicative of an insecurity within yourself? Because the reason why I say this is, was there maybe instances that this has happened before?
Yes.
And maybe you're at the end of your tether, that now you're just taking it to social media. And shouldn't, again, it be a situation where you need to sit down with your own partner
Yes.
and sort that out? We can talk about that after this. Huh? We maybe need a little bit of a break. 021-430-9881 is the number to dial. Celebrity psychologist Charissa Bloomberg is here, and we're talking about, should you be airing your
Naughty
naughty
laundry
on social media?
Oh, you can make my day.
Sure, must be nice, eh?
All that frying.
Delicious.
All right, so psychologist and CEO at Hidden Dimensions, Charissa Bloomberg, joins us for our last part of the conversation regarding social media and going out there and airing your laundry. Of course, our lines are open, 021-430-9881. In the meantime, I want you to think about this question, Charissa, and this: what rights does a person have to protect their identity and their dignity from being publicly shamed, and what can a person do if that has happened to you? Pause on that, think about that. We've got Kwezi on the line from Cape Town. Good morning, Kwezi.
Good morning. My question is, what if someone is abusive in a relationship, and you just want to let everyone know that this person is abusive, and you want to warn everyone?
Yes.
Is that something that's okay to do?
Very valid question. Thank you so much for the question, Kwezi. So, what would you say to that, Charissa?
Firstly, if someone is abusive in the relationship, I'm sorry to say it, to tell it like it is, get out.
Yeah.
Sorry, there's no justification for staying in there, no matter what the excuse is. And putting it out there on the social network isn't going to help at all. You're ruining their lives, you're ruining your life. I'm sorry, but get help. There are so many relationships that are abusive. And it's just, I'm sorry that the person's going through that, but please try and remove yourself and get help and get support. It's not acceptable.
But if we were to weigh these two questions up based on the same, I guess, legal proceedings or legal rights, where a person is publicly shamed either for being an abuser, or a person is publicly shamed for a perceived threat they are to a relationship, what rights does the person who is shamed have, and how can they protect their identity or their integrity, dignity, whatever it is that you want to call it then?
Katlego, I'm glad you asked that question because I seeked legal advice. I spoke to an attorney. It's our constitutional right to actually protect our privacy and to feel safe. And there is a case now that's just happened in Johannesburg with Judge Willis setting a precedent that if someone has shamed you and you've asked them to remove it and you don't, you can actually get 2 years in prison sentencing. It's a whole new, the shaming thing that has come out recently in Johannesburg. You can be sentenced for that and for the damages that you've caused. So we're starting to take that very seriously, I'm glad, in South Africa.
Yeah. So if we were to focus it back on the topic of today, right? A perceived threat to a relationship, and now as the partner who is aggrieved as a result of this perceived threat, you want to take action. Other than blasting somebody on social media and thus putting yourself in danger of going to prison, if so found guilty, what other actions can you take that could alleviate the pressure of the situation or whatever the effects might be on you?
To speak to the person, and sometimes I know that's just not possible.
Yeah.
But also, if you have to put something on social media, which I don't say one should, post something positive. I've been harmed. I'm not saying who, what, or why. I'm going to make it positive. I'm going to fight back. I'm going to make the greatest success of my life. I'm going to move forward. I'm going to work through it. So watch this space. You know, kind of that you're not in the victim mode. The best thing that you can actually do is to work through it and make the greatest success of your life and show adversity.
Yeah. I kind of feel like, you know, and doing it in a public space like that, that long after, let's say, you've gotten over whatever that might be, you have no idea how long it lingers in other people's timelines or in their thoughts that might bring it back up for you and re-traumatize you again. So maybe best just leave it off social media completely. I don't know.
Exactly. And to end off, Monica Lewinsky. We all remember Monica Lewinsky. She is a woman who still bears the brunt of public shaming nearly 20 years after she came to prominence. And she says, we talk a lot about our right to freedom of expression, but we need to talk more about our responsibility to freedom of expression. We all want to be heard, but let's acknowledge the difference between speaking up with intention and speaking up for attention. So therein lies the difference, Sharissa. Thank you so much for being with us today. Very, very important topic that we covered today.
Thank you, Leanne.